Good morning, guys. I hope you're doing well today. So today we'll talk about evaluation of an unknown quantity in a formula. And maybe before we go there, I hope you remember what we talked about yesterday. Yesterday we talked about adding and subtracting algebraic fractions, and you guys did very well. If you need more practice, please do more questions from those Transam links. So today we'll continue on in the fourth lesson in this unit. And just reminding you, next week on Friday is when you'll be doing your test, because by Tuesday we'll have finished all the content for the unit, and then we can use Wednesday and Thursday to review, and then you'll do your test on Friday. So we can find the value of an unknown quantity in a formula when the values of the other quantity are given by substituting for the given quantities, right? That's a lot of English words. But what they're basically saying is, if you have a formula like this, you have this formula, right? And you're given some of the quantities. For example, you're given what A is, you're given what B is, and you're given what H is. Then, so if you have A, you have B, and you have H, then you can find A very easily, right? So what you see there is the area for the formula for the area of a trapezium, and it says area is equal to half height open brackets A plus B. If I want to find the value of A, I know I've been given H, so all I do is substitute, right? That's all you're doing in this lesson. You're simply substituting. You're substituting what you're given. So you're given that H is 6, so where I have H, I'll put 6. You're given that A is 8, so where I have A, I'll put 8, and where I have B, I'll put 13. So what's left is simply simplifying what you have. So this 6, if I reduce by 2 once and by 2, I get 3. So that's 3 open brackets, and I know 8 plus 13 is the same as 21, right? And then you have 3 times 21, which is the same as 63. So you found that your area of this trapezium is 63, right? Let's look at part B. Find the value of B when A is 7, H is 10, and capital A is 75. So I'm using the same formula, that area is equal to half H A plus B, right? Now I am given that the big A is 75. I'm given that H is 10, right? There's a multiplication sign. I know that A is 7, and I want to find B, right? So what you're going to do is start with this. Divide by 2 to get 1, divide by 2 to get 5. Then you have 75 is equal to 5, open brackets 7 plus B. So what you're doing here is simply trying to solve for B, and there are so many ways to do this. Some of you will say, I'm going to first distribute the 5. That works. Some of you will say, I will first divide the 5 both sides. That also works. So whichever one you want to do at this stage works. I'm going to do both really quickly. So if I distribute the 5, I'll have 75 is equal to 35 plus 5b, and then I'll subtract 35 from both sides. When I subtract 35 from both sides, I get 40 is equal to 5b, because I'll have taken away the 35. Then I'll divide by 5 and divide by 5, and end up with b is equal to 8, right? B is equal to 8. However, if I use the other formula, so again starting from here, if I had 75 is equal to 5 open bracket 7 plus b, if I divide by 5 first, I divide by 5 and divide by 5. 75 divided by 5 is the same as by 5 once, by 5 1, remainder 2, 5 is the same as 15 is equal to 7 plus b, because this 5 was divided. So here I can just subtract the 7 and subtract the 7, and then I end up with the same answer, that 8 is equal to b, or b is equal to 8. So whichever method you want to use at this stage leads you to the same exact solution. So this is really what you're doing today, simply substituting for known quantities in a formula to get the unknown quantities. Let's look at another one. When you start doing physics next year, or in 10th grade or 11th grade, you'll come across formulas like this. This is one of the equations of motion, and it helps us to find V stands for final speed, U stands for initial speed, A stands for acceleration, and T stands for time. You don't need to know anything about those things, right? all you're caring about at this point is what am I given and what am I trying to find. So you're trying to find v, and you're given u, you're given a, you're given t. So all you do is substitute. I'm going to substitute for what I am given. Where I have u, I'll put 5. Where I have a, I'll put 2. And where I have t, I'll put 3. So I hope you can see that, oh sorry, this was supposed to be 3. 2 times 3 is 6, and 5 plus 6 is 11. So the value of v is 11. Let's try part B. You want to find u, you know v, you know a, you know t. Okay? So you write the equation with what you have. So you have v is negative 10 is equal to, you want to find u plus a is negative 3 and t is 5. So you have negative 10 is equal to u, negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. If I want to find u, I'll take the 15 the other side by, I'll add 15 this side, and I'll add 15 this side. So I end up having u is equal to negative 10 plus 15, which is 5, right? Let's try another one. You want to find the value of a, but you have v and you have u and you have t. So you just write the formula again. The formula says v is equal to u plus at, and then you substitute what you're given. You're given that v is negative 20, u is 10, a is what you're trying to find, and t is 6. So the very first thing you'll do is take the 10 the other side. So you subtract 10, and then you end up with negative 30 is equal to a times 6 is 6a. And if I want to find a, I'll divide by 6 and divide by 6, and end up with a is equal to negative 5. And then lastly, again, remember, start by writing the formula, right? And then substitute what you're given. V is negative 15, u is negative 20, a is negative 2, and you want to find time. So negative 15, what you have to do first here is take the 20 the other side, so I'll add 20 both sides. Then when I have 20, I'll have negative 15 plus 20 is the same as 5, is equal to negative 2t. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2, and you end up with t is equal to negative 2.5. Now, if you knew anything about physics, which some of you do, you'll be able to tell me that this answer cannot be true, because it's not possible to have negative time except if you're a time traveler. But this is mathematics, and what we're practicing is simply substituting into formulas. So you can, let that go for now. But once you come to physics, then we cannot have a negative value for time. But like I said, this is math, and we're simply practicing substituting into a formula. All right, let's look at another one. I have another formula of motion. You'll also find this formula, and I need to find s. I'm given a, I'm given u, and I have been given t. So I'll write the formula. S is equal to ut plus half a t squared, and then I'll substitute what I am given. I am given that u is 20, that t is 3, and that a is 10, so times 10, again times 3 squared. So I need to simplify this. 20 times 3 is 60, a half times 10 is 5, and then I have 5 times 3 squared, and we know 3 squared is 9. So I have is equal to 60 plus 5 times 9 is 45, and 60 plus 45 is 105. So the value of s is 105. Find the value of u when a is 6. So the formula is s is equal to ut plus 1/2 at squared. So I know s is 203, u is what I need to find, times t, which is 7, plus 1/2 times a, which is 6, times t squared, which is 7 squared. So 203 is equal to 7u, 1/2 times 6 is 3, and 7 squared is 49. So 3 times 49 is 147, I believe. This is 7u plus 147 is equal to 203. Subtract 147, subtract 147, 203 minus 147 is, calculator, old brain, 203 minus 147 is 56, is equal to 7u, and when I divide by 7 both sides, I end up with u is equal to 8. So yeah, that's how you do questions like this. Let's look at another one. I'm given this whole big equation. Don't let these equations scare you. Just substitute for what you're given, right? I need to find y, and I've been told x is 6 and a is 4. So I'll just substitute. 3 times 6 plus 2 times 4, because a is 4, all divided by 3 times 6 minus 2 times 4, right? 3 times 6 is 18. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 6 is 18. 2 times 4 is 8. 18 plus 8 is 26, and 18 minus 8 is 10. So you end up with your answer for y as 2.6. Now I'm going to assign you level 7 in your on the Transam link, and you have questions that kind of look like this, but like I said earlier, please do not be scared, right? All you need to do is substitute what you're given, use your calculator, and find the answers. So let's try this first one. N out of s, you've been told that n is negative 9.6, negative 9.6, divided by s is 2.4, right? Pull out your calculator and figure out what that is. Negative 9.6 divided by 2.4 is a nice negative 4 plus 20. Negative 4 plus 20 is positive 16, but remember you're finding the square root, right? And the square root of positive 16 is simply 4. So your answer there would be 4. So don't let them scare you, just simply substitute for what you've been given. The second one is t minus 2s. You know that t is 4.8 minus 2 times s, and s is 2.4, right? All is divided by n squared, and n is negative 9.6 squared. I know it looks scary, but just substitute for what you're given. So 4.8 and 2 times 2.4 is also 4.8. So 4.8 minus 4.8 gives you a 0 divided by 9.6 squared, right? And 0 divided by anything is 0. So your answer there would be equal to 0. So yeah, I hope you can have fun doing this. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.